Hi there and welcome to Stratital. In this video, I'm going to explain briefly who we are, what we do, and just show you a little bit of the client portal for a little bit of your information. So I think the first thing to do is to just start at the start. Stratital itself has been created to assist agency owners with their operational needs within their business. Now, there's quite a few other agencies out there that focus on lead gen. It is also a small part of what we do, but the largest part of what we do is helping agency owners with their operational needs, which basically is a roughly translated way of saying we help you doing the stuff for your client. The way it works basically is that we operate behind the scenes and you become our client, but I'll show you that in a little bit more detail in a moment. So that's the first thing, is who we are. The reason why we created Stratital was simply because as agency owners, and all of us are agency owners, we knew that there had to be a better way. I mean, I myself have had an agency for nearly 18 years, and I've seen and learned the lessons the hard way around scale with employees, and knowing that scale usually should mean an increase in profit, but doesn't always mean that if you don't get your systems and processes in place and right. So the other thing that occurred while we were thinking through whether we would look for Stratital is that we started getting requirements and requests from other agency owners asking us to be able to help them out. So that's basically where Stratital came from. And why we do it really is that we saw a gap there for a whole bunch of agencies needing help and needing help with their own scale. So there was a variety of different requirements, either people looking to scale and didn't really want to take the traditional way. The second is that there were agencies that had challenges with their costs and they needed to find a more efficient way or a more cost-effective way to do business. So basically, when you interact with us, it's a fairly simple process. You go to stratital.com and you click on the partner with us in the top right-hand corner. It gives you an application form to fill out as a partner. And as a partner, once you're approved, we always assess everything on a case-by-case. We have an NDA as standard, so there is no brand leakage to your client. The second thing is that we give all of the pricing and back-end communications and the actual workings in our portal. So the portal looks fairly similar to this. I see a couple of extra things as a portal owner with things like the admin panel, but effectively you'll see other things coming soon as well. And the communications, or how it really works once you've created a project, is that we do all the communications of that project on that project. So an example of that is one that we just created for the tests here, and we named it as a reference point so you can see on your invoice how that relates back to their charging us. We get some details for you, and then what we have below is comments which are attached specifically to this project. And when anybody leaves a comment, that comment goes out to the owner of the project and all the administrators on our side. And there's multiple administrators with us so that we can ensure that we don't miss any of your questions. You can also have multiple administrators within your own agency just to make sure no comms or no comments are missed. The other thing is we don't delete any of these comments. They're kept on file, and there's a very good reason for that, simply so that if you miss something, it's there to relate to, but also it's now starting to work like a project management tool for you to interact with us. And in the coming series, we're actually going to release a white label version that you can take into your own agencies if this is something that actually suits your agency. So basically just quickly went through who we are, why we do what we do, and a quick snapshot of the project. There's other really simple but powerful tools in the portal. One of them is the resources tab, which basically shows you our standard operating procedures. And what we found when we grew this was that we needed to have some standardization. So every product, every service is delivered as standard, and there's inclusions for everything. So you can go in there, pick a resources tab, pick a particular product or service, click on the download view, and it'll show you our standard step-by-step guide to everything that we do so that there's nothing that's missed. The final thing that we do in the comments is we'll actually put in a I'll just go back to that comment. We'll put in a link or we'll request any information that we require from you, and we communicate with you via the comments here. Later we'll have help desk and so forth from a phone perspective, but we've just found in our experience that agency owners are really busy and they only really require those face-to-face or the voice comms when perhaps either something's gone wrong with a particular issue or they need help with some other strategy. So I hope you've found this video helpful, and we look forward to looking after your business soon. If there's any questions, please reach out and chat. Have a great day.